GTA 5 mod could help Power World with its Nintendo lawsuits. So I seen this article a few days back and I wanted to do a video on it just because I thought the whole concept of it was pretty interesting, especially considering the fact that not a lot of other gaming websites had done any information or even kind of mentioned something about this. So I thought it was something that we can go ahead and check out, especially considering the other videos I've done in regards to the Pokemon and Power World lawsuit. So I figured it was something we can go ahead and look into and I can go ahead and get my thoughts, especially considering that, when it comes down to the lawsuit on why Nintendo is suing Power World to begin with, I don't necessarily agree with it. And I've given my thoughts on that. I'm just not a fan of the whole patents that they've been trying to use in the lawsuit against Power World because it's pretty much game mechanics that they're going after. If you want more details, I have in my videos, so you can go ahead and check those out. So I figured it was something that we can go ahead and check out in regards to this modder here, and then see what the case is in regards to the lawsuit. So we'll go ahead and check out the article, and I'll give my thoughts as we go along. So Power World may have a Grand Theft Auto 5 modder to thank, as their mod could end up helping to fight Nintendo's lawsuit. The surprising bit of Power World related information comes from an attorney that's well versed in Japanese patent law. Power World made huge waves when it entered the gaming scene, with many fans flocking to the title to try the unique experience, which was often dubbed Pokemon with Guns, which is pretty funny because I remember the first time I ever seen the trailer for Power World, that was pretty much my dub that I ended up giving it, Pokemon with Guns. While many felt that there were similarities between Power World and Pokemon, particularly with designs and game mechanics, the Pokemon Company and Nintendo remained fairly quiet about the game until recently. Now, Power World is facing lawsuits from Nintendo based around three unique patents. And again, it is one of those things. Nintendo did kind of stay quiet when the game was first announced, and everyone was kind of questioning what they were going to do, if they were going to try to sue them. And it got to the point where I think a lot of people had just figured, you know what, no, they're probably not going to do anything. But eventually, Pokemon and Nintendo did come out with a lawsuit and everything like that. More than likely because they were just waiting, giving their taking their time to try to figure out when they were going to try to strike because of the fact that Power World was so successful. So one of the patents that Power World is being sued over has to do with the catching mechanics present in the game. Players catch pals by using pal spheres, which are thrown at the target and capture them. The mechanic allegedly infringes upon Nintendo's killer patent number 7545191, which covers the act of throwing a capture item. In this case, a pal sphere or a Pokeball. However, according to Nikki Business via Automation, Japanese patent attorney Ryo Arashida has said that the game mod that preceded Power World by 8 years uses a similar mechanic and thus many renders the Nintendo patent invalid. And again, that's one of the things that I'm not really a fan of, was the fact that they're doing a patent where you have a device that captures creatures, because many people have stated already that there are lots of games out there that kind of have that type of mechanic in it, where you do have an object that you use to capture the creatures. So the fact that Nintendo's trying to patent that, it's something I don't really think they should be trying to go for. Has a GTA mod saved Power World? While not named outright, the timing of the mod's release and its description indicates that it's most likely a Pokemon Go themed GTA mod that came out way back in 2016, which is pretty crazy when you think about it, because that was 8 years ago. Most notably, the current 7545191 patent Nintendo is using in its lawsuit is tied to a parent patent that was registered in 2021. In other words, the mod receded both patents, potentially making the legal challenge against Power World moot. However, the aforementioned patent is only one of Power World's problems. Nintendo has also challenged Power World with its patents 7493117 and 7528390. The 7493117 patent is tied to aiming in the game. So that was one, was pretty much where you aim the Pokeball or the device, and it kind of gives somehow like an indication of what your possibility is to actually catch the creature. So I remember in Pokemon Go, I'm pretty sure that like red ring that kind of closes in, and so it's one of those things, as it gets closer to closing in and the colors change, like the different colors will indicate what the percentage is that you'll actually be able to capture the creature. And then while 7528390 focuses on riding characters, which is, I feel like, a weird one, because again, that's been a game mechanic that people have mentioned have been in other games as well. At this time, it's not clear if there are similar cases that could end up helping Power World with these two patents. What ends up happening to Power World remains to be seen. The lawsuits are seeking a total of 10 million yen, or roughly 65,000 USD, plus late payment damages from Pocketpair. While it might sting, this number could hardly mean the end of the game's developer on its own. However, Nintendo also wants an injunction that would mean Power World could no longer be sold in Japan. That could have a much bigger impact in the game and the company. Though if it only affects the Japanese market, Pocketpair could probably still recover. And I feel like that would be the case if they have it where they just have to pay $65,000. I don't really think that's going to be much of an issue for Pocketpair at this point because of how well Power World was successful. And also the fact that if they do decide to not be able to continue business in Japan, that would be a hit and it would be unfortunate for them. But at the end of the day, with how popular the game was here in the States, and I'm sure probably like in other places like Europe and maybe like Canada and stuff like that, and maybe even Mexico, there is a big chance that this game is still going to be able to be successful. It will be able to still make money. There will be a fan base out there that does enjoy it. And just because it won't be able to be sold in Japan doesn't mean that Japanese people and Japanese players won't still be able to actually get like some information or look up videos and stuff like that to see how the game is doing. So I think if it does end up going in Pokemon's favor and Nintendo's favor, that would be a little bit unfortunate for Pocket Pair and Power World in that regard. But at the end of the day, with how successful the game is, and with some of the information that's been coming out recently in regards to the game, as far as like updates and collaborations and stuff like that, I don't think it's going to be the biggest dent in the world for them. I feel like they will be able to still keep going, be able to still build an audience, and be able to still bring in new players with future installments and everything like that. So those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Do you guys think this is going to help them out in their case, or do you think it's going to be one of those situations where they're still going to have to just kind of go from the ground up? So if you guys can give your thoughts in the comments, if you guys could like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys have been watching this long, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And yeah, until next time, Harmonic out. Peace.